Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back, Daily Boxing News. So the Gypsy King, Luke Partridge, aka Tyson Fury, in a recent media scrum, came out with the ridiculous claim that Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a 50-50 fight. Now the reason he's saying this is quite simple really. It's a deflection tactic. He actually doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. He doesn't want to risk losing to a guy who's totally washed up, isn't even regarded as the number 2 heavyweight in the world. So if Luke Partridge were to lose to him, not only would he no longer be able to claim that he's the number 1 heavyweight, despite the fact he's already been beaten by Usyk twice, but he wouldn't be seen by the public as even the number 2, number 3, maybe even number 4 or 5 heavyweight in the world if he lost to AJ. But there are still lots of people who want to see that fight happen, and therefore Tyson Fury is trying to diminish AJ as much as possible, saying that him against Jake Paul's a 50-50. The idea is AJ is so rubbish and so far below Tyson Fury that we shouldn't be pressuring Fury to take that fight. Now, I just want to make things clear. I think Tyson Fury beats AJ as things stand right now. Yes, but that's just an opinion. Rankings, resumes, and even legacies cannot be based upon opinion, or at least not primarily based on opinion. They have to be primarily based on who you actually get in the ring and beat. And so for me, it's not a necessity that Tyson Fury fights Anthony Joshua before getting another shot at a heavyweight title. He just needs to fight somebody, or maybe even a couple of people, ranked in the top 10, get some decent wins under his belt, and earn his next shot. Never mind what the WBC are doing, trying to aid and abet Tyson Fury leapfrogging everybody with their legacy privilege. They love doing that. To hell with the WBC. To hell with Mauricio Sulaiman. We as fans need to pressurize Tyson Fury like we did with the Usyk fight, because he was ducking Usyk for 2 years. We pressured him into taking that fight. We didn't allow him to get away with recycling Chisora and targeting all these other soft fights while waiting for Alexander Usyk to, from Fury's perspective, hopefully lose. So we could point from the sidelines like Nelson in The Simpsons and say, ha ha, told you Usyk was no good and you thought you could beat the Gypsy King. Ha ha, yeah, that was Tyson Fury's plan. There's a video going back to 2020 where Tyson Fury openly stated that he had no interest in fighting Usyk, even if Usyk beat Anthony Joshua. The video's still up, still in circulation. Fury was basically inadvertently telling you, even back then, that he intended to duck Alexander Usyk, and that's exactly what he did for 2 years at least. But the pressure from the fans, combined with a big check from the Saudis, forced Fury's hand. We need to do the same thing this time regarding Fury's next move, because he's going to fight again. It's so obvious. We need to create momentum behind Tyson Fury having to prove himself against at least a top 10 heavyweight, preferably 2, before he gets a title shot again. Let's build momentum behind that and not allow him to get away with silly stuff like claiming that AJ versus Jake Paul's a 50-50. Totally ridiculous. Even Jake Paul knows it's not a 50-50. That's why he keeps pushing the date back of this proposed fight. Because originally, he acted as though he wanted to fight AJ this year. Eddie Hearn came out and said, okay, let's do it at the back end of this year, since AJ hasn't got any other opponent lined up. When he said that, Jake Paul said, no, it won't be this year. It'll be in the first quarter of next year or the first half of next year, 2026. And now, after Jake Paul's recent win over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., at the press conference, he said he wants AJ in the back end of 2026. So you can see he keeps pushing this fight further and further away. And by the way, it's a joke fight. The AJ is washed up. He's not a champion. He's under no obligation to fight the best as long as he doesn't expect a title shot, right? If you're expecting a title shot, then I expect you to go out there and fight other contenders to earn a title shot. If you're just looking for a few paydays at the back end of your career, you want to go and fight a YouTuber, whatever, I don't mind. It's still a joke fight, but I'm cool with washed up ex-champions doing whatever. Again, as long as they're not expecting a title shot off it. Cool. I call it a joke fight because it's a total mismatch. Anthony Joshua, even now, would toy with Jake Paul. Like, it's a silly fight. Folks, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is smaller, older, and less talented than Anthony Joshua, and he lasted the distance with Jake Paul, no problem. Never came close to getting stopped, and he's been stopped several times in his career. So anyway, let's be wise to Luke Partridge's propaganda here. Let's call it out and expose it, and therefore pressure him, if he wants to be seen as the number 1 heavyweight in the world, if he wants a title shot, to earn that right. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.